everybody, I'm Bree the Plant Lady, and today I am knocking out a whole bunch of stuff. I went through my seeds in the refrigerator, which I have a fairly substantial collection, and I found a few things that are large seeds that need to be soaked to help increase their germination rate. And that was primarily nasturtiums and fava beans. And I'm doing these a little bit early this year, mostly because I'm going to be gone for the end of February, beginning of March, traveling to South Africa. So some of the stuff I would normally do at least like 2 weeks from now, I'm getting done early. I don't think it's going to be a problem. And from experience, I was looking back at last year's containers, and I did a late February nasturtium sowing, and they looked amazing. And so I thought, well, I might as well try it again. So basically they've been soaking for about an hour just in hot tap water. And now I'm gonna go around the garden and in strategic places, just thumb the seeds into the ground. And when I say strategic, I'm specifically looking at sowing them right along these bottle walls because those are extra warm microclimates. One of the advantages of gardening with bottles is that the air inside the bottle heats up when the sun shines in, and it basically warms the soil that's adjacent, giving you a microclimate. And, you know, I've had bottle walls now for, I guess, 13 years. And, well, it is pretty amazing how many plants like to be planted bottle adjacent. And that includes both nasturtiums and fava beans. So I'm going to just go ahead and get this border done. We just got this seeded with poppies and beets and Swiss chard and lettuce. So I think the addition of nasturtiums and fava beans will also look really cool. All right, so essentially I'm just gonna dump some out here into a pile. I don't wanna sow all of them, but I do wanna sow a few more fava beans here. And basically I'm gonna take the nasturtiums like this, and I'm gonna put them really close to the edge. And when I say thumb them in, that's exactly what I mean. You're just planting them about the depth of, you know, an inch, half an inch, really realistically half an inch. And I'm gonna go ahead and plant the nasturtiums all the way down this line. And I'd like to do the fava beans, which are a bit bigger, oops, not in that hole, but back just a little bit farther. And same thing, just sticking it in with my finger and covering it up. This process is really easy. You don't wanna just scatter these seeds because the plants themselves get quite large. And so you wanna be more purposeful in how you have them spaced. And that's why just taking these one at a time and thumbing them in is the right approach. And I've just fallen in love with fava beans. Here these were sown back in the middle of October, and they are blooming right now in the middle of February. So I think these February sown ones will be right on time for a beautiful spring bloom. And I won't have to worry so much about having to get them through any sudden cold snaps. Now, last year I did nasturtiums in these pots here by my kitchen door, and they were so beautiful. So I decided, and Reggie, with his help, decided that I want to make sure I do that again. So I'm going to take this opportunity now to actually clip out this cauliflower that's kind of burnt from the cold and harvest the one that's here. Neither are really looking that great, and take advantage of the open space by putting in some nasturtium seeds. Of course, I think the wall would be an ideal place to put in some nasturtiums. So in these containers that I only have broccoli in, I'm gonna go ahead and put a nasturtium seed in each of those as well. I'm really thinking of this as just succession planting so that when one crop finishes, I've got a new plant coming along seamlessly. Well, time will tell if my mid-February sowing of nasturtium and fava beans was a good idea. The great thing about seeds is they're inexpensive and they're always available. So if this round doesn't work out, I can just do it again. However, I do think this is going to work. We don't have any extreme temperatures in the next 2 weeks, and Well, honestly, none of this stuff will germinate until the soil temperature is warm enough. So I think I'm just gonna let nature take its course. So be sure to subscribe so that you'll stay in the loop and see how this and all of the other garden experiments that I have going on here in my central North Carolina garden grow out. Well, as always, thanks so much for watching and happy gardening, everybody.